Most financial services businesses obsess over tech as well as the landing pages, the ads, the thank you pages, when they're missing out everything from market awareness levels, targeting and everything like that. Over the last 5.5 years, I spent just over $30 million on ads that can be everything from TikTok, Google, Facebook, etc. And the three biggest things is not just the landing pages and the actual funnel, but that is true. It's also the targeting and the market awareness. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can build your offer, your actual targeting of who you're going to be actually approaching in terms of your ads and who the impressions are going to be coming from, as well as market awareness and how you can actually use things and buzzwords like product aware, solution aware, not aware in your actual marketing, as well as the funnel and how to build a funnel. So let's jump right in. So how do we build high intent marketing funnels in finance? So you're going to master the three components: funnel mechanics, avatar modeling, which lowers your cost per acquisition or your CAC, the cost to acquire the customer, the market awareness levels, then for optimal conversion metrics, okay? So funnel basics. So you start off, you've got ads, you've got your landing pages, you've got a thank you page, and then obviously your first call. So when you start off with a funnel basic, you need to make sure with your ads, you're running multiple types of ads, testing both image and also video. Then from there, you go on to obviously a high converting landing page. Use landing page software such as OnBounce, Swipe Pages, and things like that, where you can actually test multiple kinds of landing pages. Meaning there's one URL and it splits off to 3 or 4 different landing pages. You can test headlines, as well as the form, as well as how many sections you're actually doing, the header, whether your logo is there or not. Huge things there. Then the thank you page, you then also need to make sure that that is perfectly aligned with what your ad landing page said. So for example, let's say your main offer is you're a mortgage broker wanting to refinance the house. Then the thank you page needs to say, thank you for reaching out for your refinance inquiry, and then go into how you specifically step by step are going to help them, okay? And then the next steps, which is like how you're going to help them and then what they need to do next. So accept your call, they also need to potentially book in an appointment, things like that. First call, obviously then just calling them. So when you're starting an actual campaign for this to run the ads, starting budget that we highly recommend that we do in all of our programs, coaching, etc., you start at $100 per day. Ad setup is going to be 5 ads. You're going to do a landing page, and the landing page is going to have 2 variants that you're going to A/B split test just the headline. So with the ads, you can literally split that. You can have 3 image ads, 2 video ads, or 2 video ads, 3 image ads. You can do UGC style where you are the director filming it, or you can do, for example, all 5 being video, but then know that your next testing is going to be image. We find most of the time video performs better. Okay, just most of the time, just know that. Thank you page, you're gonna have 1 thank you page, so it's always consistent, because landing page obviously is 1 headline that you're testing, but the rest of it's the same. But thank you page, you don't really want to split test. Then follow-up call, need to call them within 10 minutes. So that's the funnel basics. You need to get that down first when you are starting. Okay, that's how you start, and that's how you test an offer. So if you're opening to a new offer, this is how you would start. $100 per day, 5 ads, 1 landing page, and you set up that as a campaign inside of Facebook or Instagram, or basically Meta, which is both, obviously. So next, it's going to be the avatar model, okay? Now this drives way more conversions in the funnel metrics than anything else, okay? And I'll give you an example. So CPL literally means nothing if the wrong avatar jumps out at the end of like actually getting them through in terms of application and things like that, when you're actually moving them through the sales process. So I'll give you an example here. So avatar 1, single men 20 to 30 for personal loans. CPL $50 per lead to booking 20%, 100 leads, 20 bookings, show rate 10 shows, close rate 22 clients, CPA 2,500. Now this is displaying basically when you're not targeting the right person in terms of your cost to acquire the customer into the revenue that you're actually getting out. So let's say you do personal loans. This would be not the best person that you want to go after. You would then want to go after, for example, people who are older, and also potentially know that in business, I know this sounds stupid, you might not always be the best for personal loans or anything like that. You might want to then target commercial or residential homes, knowing that you're not going to be able to get the right people on the phone to actually close, because single men 25 to 30 not going to be as ideal as, say, married men 30 to 40, where your CPL might be higher, but your lead to booking rate is going to be way higher in terms of that's a lead hitting a thank you page and then actually booking on the call to sit down with you. And 30 shows, 30% close rate, 9 clients. CPA is approximately $889. So just because you were able to call married men out in your ads, call out the age in your ads, as well as target a whole different avatar, your CPL might be higher, okay? But all the metrics coming down are going to be very important. So let's do an example. So An example here would be business finance. So business finance, let's say you're getting, this is a perfect one that we've actually done real well, that we had done, okay? Loan amount, this was a test on loan amount. So we started off and we were filtering only on loan amount for $10,000 and above. So anything below wasn't being counted towards metapixel tracking. Then what we did was we made the minimum of what would be filtered, and basically the metapixel would trigger on was $50,000 in loan amount. What that essentially did was now increase the average lead cost by, in this case, it was like 25%, so it was substantial, but now every metric on the funnel going down improved dramatically. Average deal size improved, it now was optimizing towards the right people, so close rate starting to improve, everything like that, okay? So that's a perfect example on how you use meta to do that. So an example in this would be, you ask them, are you married? Or you ask them, how old are you? And you filter on that, so it starts to close the gap, because you can target on Facebook, but that's not as good as the pixel is going to target as well, because these days with Advantage Plus and things like that on Meta, what happens is it opens it up way more and doesn't target specifically anymore. It targets based on, with the new Andromeda updates, the advertising creative does the targeting. Let me just say that again. The advertising creative does the targeting, not what you put in the actual targeting metrics, okay? So, key lesson, paying more can produce dramatically lower cost per acquisition when the avatar is right. So, optimize via avatar and cost to acquire the customer rather than cost per lead. Next, market awareness, okay? How do you actually use market awareness? I literally was just on a call with someone where we went over how do you actually build out market awareness and how is it useful inside your business. So this is how you do it. You're a new company or you're an existing company, it doesn't matter who you are. You want to test ads on Meta, but you don't know how to approach and you don't know how to basically start off with some UGC and you don't know how to record the ads, and let's say you're a founder. So you are the founder. You now get, you see this, so how to test, 5 hooks per stage, run the ads to see which resonates. The insight, the middle 3, problem, solution aware, probably usually deliver the best. That's what we've found, by the way. So there is unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, most aware. Take away most aware, because most aware are people who know who you are, which is nearly no one. The biggest issue is that you're not advertising enough, you're not spending enough money on ads, because then no one knows your name, so you can't grow, you can't get referrals, you can't lower the overall cost to acquire for everyone, meaning your own business, like for every person that comes to see you. So the main 4 stages that you want to focus on advertising are product aware, solution aware, problem aware, and unaware, okay? So this is what you do. You go and write 1 to 2 body sections. So UGC, there's 3 main points. There's UGC, there's body, there's then CTA. You write 5 different hooks per different section. So product aware hook would be, see why 500 plus clients chose us to refinance. Solution aware, meaning they are aware that there's a solution out there to help them with the issue that they're having. So discover how refinancing could cut your repayments in half. Problem aware, struggling to keep up with your repayments. So you're not mentioning refinance because they're not right there, but they're struggling, so they're struggling to keep up with it. And then unaware, do you know the hidden trap in your finances that potentially is draining your bank account and your budget every month? And then they click on it and they see that it's refinance, etc. So that's 4 examples. So you would write 5 hooks on product aware, you would write 5 hooks on solution aware, 5 hooks on problem aware, and 5 hooks on unaware. You would then have 1 to 2 bodies for all of them. This is the structure that you use. Problem-based statement into value/offer, meaning your offer, that what you're giving them. Moving then to proof. How many people have you helped? How have you helped them? And on what distance have you actually worked in the industry? Next is also going to be more value, and it's going to be more about your offer, or the guarantee that you offer. So you guarantee to get them qualified, done in 24 hours, for example. So that's that. And then finally is your call to action, your CTA. And that's how you come up with UGC. So there's the hook, then there's problem-based question, then there's offer/value, or value. Then there's also your proof, so how many people you've helped, everything like that, guarantee or offer and value, and then CTA. So 5 hooks per ad, but that's how you write the body. Okay, so hook, body, CTA. You now would have 5 ads, because at 5 hooks, 1 body, 1 CTA. That's 5 for product aware, that's 5 for solution aware, 5 for problem aware, 5 for unaware. That's 20 ads. Start at $100 per day. And you basically test at $20 to $40 per day per ad. You test each individual ad and you see which ones start to perform best, and obviously you start scaling the ones that don't. So we found in finance, the middle three awareness stages are the best: problem, solution, product aware. They typically deliver the best. We find it is, in all honesty, more around solution product aware. Deliver the best conversion rate, best cost, because you don't need to really go down into these solution aware and problem aware and unaware unless you're spending massive dollars. Like we spend north of $500,000 per month on ads. It's sometimes more, but let's just say that's the number. So unless you're spending that much money on ads every single month, it doesn't really, like, you're not coming into these kind of later stages. Like you can stay right up here in most aware, product aware, okay? Huge thing. So testing awareness levels helps you match the actual people you're working with, and it helps them bring them up the funnel and moving them forward. Because remember, only the top 3 ready to buy today are 3% of people. So you need to bring people out of other mentalities into ready to do and ready to actually action, okay? So hopefully that was valuable. Let me know if you guys implement any of these things. If you have any questions, message me or anything like that. But apart from that, hope you guys enjoyed. Speak to you soon.